Hello and welcome back to another video. I hope you've all been well. So I am going to be showing you guys today my latest handbag purchase. I am so excited. So this arrived a couple of days ago and I already unboxed it. I've spoken about this before on my channel. Sometimes unboxings when you're doing it on camera can kind of ruin the moment. When I get a new bag, I really just want to be in that moment just with me in the bag. So anyway, I did that the other day. I then used the bag for a couple of days for work because I wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight as to how I've been finding the bag. So I did give you all a little bit of a sneak peek over my Instagram and my community page here as to what brand I went for. So this is a vintage Celine bag. It was from a seller here in Australia. She had it authenticated. It's one of her own vintage pieces, and yeah, it's just an absolutely beautiful bag. And not only did she send me the bag, but she also sent me the matching wallet. So I got it for an absolute bargain. It cost me 380 Australian dollars. That's with the postage, and that is both for the bag and the wallet. And yes guys, it is authentic. She had it authenticated and sent me through like a screenshot of that through Bagaholic 101. So when the bag arrived, it was beautifully packaged. She put a lot of effort into it. It had a little thank you note and it was in this black dust bag here. So it's not the original dust bag, which I was not expecting because it is a vintage bag. So are you guys ready for it? I went ahead and purchased the vintage Celine Boston bag, and I believe, I don't know how they kind of size these, but it is the same size as the Speedy 30. So it is 30 centimeters along here, and it fits pretty much perfectly a Speedy 30 organizer because I have tried. So guys, look at this. Honestly, if that ain't my color palette in a bag, I don't know what is. When I've been wearing it, I've actually been wearing it this way. Something about this little leather kind of logo here, it makes it look super vintage. I've already owned a Celine bucket bag before that had that, and when I wear it, I kind of just wear it like that. So that way it's in the crook of my arm like this, and you can kind of just see the beautiful black macadam canvas with the black leather here. So guys, dream bag. And I struggled to find reviews on this bag, particularly the vintage style, and especially the black. I find that you see the brown one a lot, but not so much this one. So as soon as it arrived, I was like, I've got to get some videos out there because people like me are going to be searching for this bag, and they're still quite affordable. So if you like the look of this bag, you should be able to get it for quite a good price. Now I have stuffed this with a bunch of bubble wrap and tissue paper, that way you can really see the shape of it. Mind you, the condition of it is amazing. The only wear it has is some on the corners. Let me just find it actually, because honestly, it's on like one corner. Yes, just this one corner here. When it focuses, you've got a little bit of wear. Other than that, all of the other corners, I mean, they're a little bit scuffed, but not completely gone through. So it's got the zip down the side and it's all gold hardware. There is a little bit of tarnishing to the hardware. That is to be expected for a vintage bag. It's all beautifully, like, look at this black leather. It is just so nice and dark and glossy, just in such beautiful condition. Again, there is slight tarnishing here. That is the thing with Celine bags. It's not like Louis Vuitton where you can just polish it up. What else can I say about the bag? There are no feet on it, but you do have these leather kind of corners and they are quite sturdy. So before I show you the inside of the bag, I wanted to talk a little bit about why this was on my wish list in the first place. So if you guys have watched any of my wish list videos, you would know the very large duffel size of this bag has been on my wish list for years now. I absolutely love it, but I've just never gone ahead and purchased it because I only use a duffel bag maybe a couple of times a year if I ever go away. So I always thought, you know what, it would be a nice to have, but I don't need it. The other thing that was on my wish list was a Speedy 30. I've been watching so many videos on Speedy 30s again. I've already owned one. I've owned a Speedy 25 as well, and those I've both sold because they just weren't working out for me in terms of the accessibility. I found it was quite difficult to enter just through the zip being from one end to the other, and I know not everyone has that issue, which is great, but for me personally, I just found it was quite annoying and hard to get in and out of. So that was the main reason as to why I sold those Speedies. The other reason why was because of the monogram and the fachetta leather. I just don't really reach for it. I have a Noe in that colorway and I just don't reach for it. I feel like even if I put an outfit together and I reach for it and it looks okay, it just doesn't I don't know, I just love black and darker colors. So I thought, you know what, maybe I'll get the Speedy 30 in the demier print. So I was on the hunt for that bag, and they really do hold their value. They're a beautiful bag, but whenever I found one at an okay price that I was willing to pay, I like the bag. I think it's beautiful, but I wasn't in love with the bag, if you know what I mean. I was looking for a Speedy 30, plus I've always had on my wish list one of these bags, and then I was just browsing eBay and that's when this popped up. And it's like when you have all of these thoughts in your head at different times and then it just all clicks and you're like, why have I not thought of that bag earlier? So when this one popped up, I straight away clicked on it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the print that I love, the black leather, the coloring. I love Celine. I always talk about vintage Celine and how underrated it is. So I quickly checked the dimensions of this bag, and guys, it is the same size as a Speedy 30, the only difference being it's a little bit shorter. So a Speedy 30 organizer fits in here perfectly, and I was just like, tick tick tick. The price, $380 for this bag plus the matching wallet, which I'll show you in a second. And I was straight away contacted the seller and I was like, is this still available? Are you negotiable on price? She wasn't. The price was firm, which guys, it was still an amazing price. I was happy to pay it, and I reckon within 15 minutes I had made the purchase and the bag was on its way to me. So I absolutely love this bag, and the fact that the zip does come down the side is just everything for me. It is so easy to access. I've used it the last couple of days for work, and I just kind of rest it in the crook of my arm, and when I go to open it, it just opens quite wide and I can see everything that I need. Plus it stays really organized with the organizer inside. So there you have it. That is the vintage Celine Boston bag 30. I'm just going to say 30 because they do have a smaller one that is more like the 25. I actually think it is the same dimensions as the Speedy 25. So guys, there are plenty of these online for quite a good price. There's also in the brown kind of colorway if you prefer that. So I honestly have nothing bad to say about this bag. My friend Amy over on Instagram, she did ask me if I can talk a little bit about the Celine canvas and how it compares to the Louis Vuitton. So I'm just going to go grab my Louis Vuitton Noe so I can kind of hopefully do a bit of a scratch test to show you guys the differences, because they look very, very similar, but there is a difference. So I've got my Noe here stuffed with tissue paper like I do with the rest of my bags. When it comes to the differences in canvas, you can't really tell through seeing. I've got them side by side there. They look very, very similar. So we're going to do a little bit of ASMR. I'm going to just tap on it because I feel like you'll be able to understand if I kind of scratch it. So this is the Louis Vuitton. I mean, and let's hope that this is different. I haven't actually tried this, guys, but this is the Celine. See, it's got more, it's almost like they're exactly the same canvas and they've just coated this one a few more times. It's definitely more buttery, kind of soft. It feels a little bit thicker, and it's got a little bit more flexibility to it. So I feel as though the Celine wouldn't crack as easily as the Louis Vuitton, because some bags you do see that the canvas does actually crack, and I know it is still quite flexible, but this is more so. Like, honestly, if I had my eyes closed and someone's had the Louis Vuitton canvas in front of me or the Celine and I felt, I would instantly think that this one is better quality. Like, it's just thicker, softer, and just personally I like it better. And I'm not just saying that because I have a Celine bag. I mean, I have both. And to be honest, I think this just feels like so much higher quality. So there's the Louis Vuitton. Bit of a sound test. And here's the Celine. You know what I mean? I feel like you guys would understand what I mean. Thank God we've got 5 senses, hey? And we can kind of trial and error for you guys to really get the gist of the feel of these bags. So I absolutely love this. Such beautiful quality. I'm like pushing that out of frame because I'm like, let's talk about this one. So now I'll show you the matching wallet that it came with. I probably won't be using this wallet. It's a little bit big for my liking, but I appreciate that it matches the bag and I will kind of keep them together. So this here is the wallet, and I know it is a smaller one, but just not as small as I would like. So you've got here the Celine. It's very, very well loved. She did mention that. She said she used it for years. So it's kind of not as good a condition as the bag. And then in this compartment here, you have all of your card slots, and then you've got a section for your notes. I've just stuffed it with paper, guys, because everything looks better when it's got stuff inside. Like when it arrives and it's all deflated, it's like, ugh. But then once you like put stuff inside. It's like, oh, actually it's not too bad. There you have the nice little kind of Celine logo, stamp. And then on the other side, it's the same kind of thing, but this is where you put your coins. So there's a little divider and two kind of large coin slots. So that is the wallet matching the bag. Look how cute that is. And yeah, maybe I'll use it in the future, but at this point I just saw it and I was like, oh, it's probably a little bit big for me. And also with this straight edge here, it's a very vintage vibe. I feel like if it kind of tapered down, maybe it would look a little more modern. I don't know, maybe that's just in my head, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, it kind of looks like your grandma's wallet, which there's nothing wrong with that, but you know what I'm trying to say. So inside the bag, let's pull all this stuffing out, honestly. Fits so much. I'll also grab one of my organizers and pop it in there so you guys can see what it looks like with an organizer. So that's everything out of the bag. See what I mean about having the zip come down? It opens like that. Like, you can see everything in there at a glance. So inside you've got a beautiful kind of black interior, which is difficult to see on the camera, and then you have this flat side pocket there. And it's got the beautiful canvas on the inside, and it's quite a decent pocket. In there I was storing my iPhone cords and just all of my little lip balms and stuff. It's the perfect pocket for that, but the fact that there's no dividers or anything is just perfect for me. Very similar to the Louis Vuitton Speedy 30. Fun fact guys, with your felt organizers, if you've already got one, if there's any creasing in it when it arrives, you can steam them out. So if you've got a clothing steamer, just go over each of the creases with that and it will completely get rid of that line. So there you have it with the organizer inside. I've just flipped that pocket over top so that way I can still use the pocket. And there you go guys. Look at that. You've got a little drink holder. That is where I keep my keep cup because I like to take one of those to work. So that way when I get to work, I can go and get a coffee. And then, yeah, it's pretty much just one big compartment and you can stack everything in there. And it helps keep the shape of the bag as well. Now I wanted to quickly show you guys how I've been styling this bag. So I love to wear designer handbags with a very casual outfit. It's kind of like you're walking down the street, people look at your bag and they think, is that? And you say, yeah, I'm wearing jeans and a t-shirt with a designer handbag. I don't know, I just love that look. So anyway, enough rambling, I'll show you what I'm wearing. So I'm back in my office. Sorry for the lighting guys, it is so gloomy outside, but basically what I'm wearing is a white long sleeve from Perfect Stranger. I have my black Levi ribcage jeans. These are in like a faded black and they're just like a high-waisted straight leg jean. I don't have any shoes on, but I would either put sneakers or a pair of boots because we are still, it's quite cool here at the moment, and I know for those of you who live on the other side of the world, you're coming into the cooler months. So I thought putting a bit more of a transitional outfit might be good for outfit inspo for you guys as well. And then as for a coat, look how beautiful this is. I was kindly gifted this trench coat from Billy J Boutique, and it is like the best color. And I just love to wear it with black and white. I don't know, can you guys see that? Sorry about the lighting. But yeah, it just goes with everything, and it really goes with this kind of color palette. This is what it looks like if it's kind of by your side. Very cool, effortlessly chic. And then accessing the bag is so easy. You simply just zip it open it up. You can get everything that you need out of there. So absolutely love this outfit. I actually wore this outfit to work this week, and like this exact with this bag, and I just felt like I started to strut. Like that's how I felt. I do plan to do a what's in my Celine Boston bag video and how I kind of organize it for work because it does fit my A5 planner, which is super exciting. So if you guys like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up or leave a comment below. It really helps us small YouTubers out with the algorithm. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well because I have so many videos planned. I have so many more bags on my wish list that I'm planning on purchasing. So if you're into that, make sure you subscribe and join our little community. I hope you have a lovely day or night depending on where you are in the world and what time you're watching this. And I'll catch you all in my next video. Bye guys.